On June 16, 1963. In 1963, a woman defied gravity and the Cold War to orbit Earth. But why did the Soviet Union choose her over thousands of candidates? And why did the world hold its breath for 76 hours? The world stood divided, not by borders, but by orbits. The Soviet Union and the United States raced to conquer space, each claiming superiority. The cosmos became a battlefield of ideologies. In a small village near Yaroslavl, a young woman worked in a textile factory. Her hands were calloused, but her dreams stretched beyond Earth. She had no formal education, only grit and curiosity. At 16, she became a skydiver, a hobby that would later save her life. Parachuting taught her to trust the unknown. It was the Soviet government that noticed her courage. From 400,000 applicants, 20 women were chosen. Tereshkova was the only one without a university degree. The Soviets saw her as a symbol of strength, of a nation's ambition. She endured centrifuge tests, weightlessness simulations, and endless exams. Her body protested, but her will never wavered. Every drop of sweat was a step closer to the stars. The first satellite had proven the Soviet Union's reach. Now they aimed higher, to send a woman into orbit. The world watched breathless as history prepared to shift. On June 16, 1963, Tereshkova climbed into Vostok 6. The hatch sealed, and the world held its breath. Her heartbeat echoed louder than the engines. The rocket roared to life, shaking the launch pad. Flames consumed the sky. In her helmet, Tereshkova saw not fire, but freedom. Weightlessness came suddenly. She floated, unbound, a human being in the infinite. For 76 hours, she became both a scientist and a poet, recording every moment. From orbit, Earth looked fragile, a blue marble in the void. Tereshkova saw no borders, only humanity. Her mission was no longer about politics, it was about perspective. When the capsule re-entered the atmosphere, she became the first woman to orbit Earth. The Soviets celebrated. The world watched, not just for a hero, but for a new era. The parachute bloomed, and the ground rushed up to meet her. Tereshkova had survived the impossible, proving that the sky was not the limit. It was only the beginning. Back on Earth, she became a global icon. Her mission inspired women across the world, from Moscow to Manila. She proved that the cosmos had no gender. The Soviets had outmaneuvered the Americans, not just in technology, but in symbolism. A woman in space was a declaration. The future belonged to the USSR. She later became a cosmonaut in the Soviet parliament, using her platform to advocate for education. Her journey showed that science and politics could walk hand in hand. Today, women walk on the moon and orbit Mars. Tereshkova's courage paved the way, a reminder that the first step is always the hardest. But it's the only way forward. Her spacesuit now hangs in a museum, a relic of a time when the impossible became reality. She didn't just orbit Earth. She changed the world's view of what women could achieve. Decades later, her name still echoes in the void. The first woman in space, a pioneer who showed that the cosmos has no limits, only the will to reach for them. Explore how one woman's journey changed history. Subscribe for more stories that defy gravity.